Hey guys, it's Tasha. Uh, I'm just feeling really called to share a message about um, determination, revelation, fortitude, resilience, forthgoing. There's a lot of times where we might experience very deep pain in life. A bird just pooped on my window. Alright, I've got good luck coming my way. But you might have experienced a lot of pain in your life. I have. What I want to put forth is I still have a desire for good in good life, and I still see good in life. Right now, I'm on my leap of faith journey, which is really kind of difficult. It didn't necessarily turn out the way that I had imagined. At this time, not receiving income, I'm living in my car with my cat. It's been pretty overwhelming trying to find parking to sleep overnight and to like actually relax and sleep overnight. And I made this decision. So it's not on anybody else. I made this decision. I'm still proud of myself for making this decision. It doesn't mean it's not hard. It's not all rainbows and butterflies, you guys. But you know what it is. It's faith and hope and a knowing for something better than you've been living in. And I'm sick right now. So like, I don't know, it's the 5th today. I've been on the road for 6 days and in my car for 6 days, and I'm sick. Like I can barely I can breathe through my nose, but like, oh my gosh, it's kicking. And I'm still so grateful to be where I am. I really am. I've endured so much pain in my life. More pain than I could say in a video. More experiences of pain than I could say in a video. And a lot of that pain comes from being disregarded in terms of what I want, being ignored about what I want. Some people deciding that they're gonna do what they want, they don't really care what I want, whether I want it or not. And you can figure it out by that. That's some of the pain. Otherwise, like, I don't know, being shunned my entire childhood, basically. being outcasted. And then as I'm saying that, I'm like, did I outcast myself? Or was I really outcasted from everybody else? I don't know. That's like a great question to ask. I don't know. At the end of the day, I know that I've gone through life feeling unseen. And that's really not a favorable feeling, right? I worked in a school for a while, and at the end of the day, like, what I wanted the kids to feel more than anything was seen, because I knew how it felt as a child to be unseen. And the only time you got really attention is when I was getting in trouble. That's like when I got attention. So then, did I continue to get in trouble to get attention? Maybe. But like, at the end of the day, I was looking for something outside of myself. Because I'm like, well, nobody sees me, so clearly I don't have value. Right? I must not have value, because like, anywhere I go, it's like I like almost like don't exist. In high school, there's people I went to school with, and there's one person in particular that I ended up like going out with post high school, and I was talking to him like, yeah, dude, like, you know, we went to the same high school. And he's like, what? He's like, I had no idea you were at the same high school. I'm like, my high school's not that big. It's not that big. So yeah, it might be a class of like 300, but it's like, you see people around, you see them around. I don't know, maybe I notice more because at that time I was more of like a watcher, because people weren't really coming up to talk to me. So I would just like watch like my other classmates and stuff like that, and try to like observe and see like, oh, okay, like this is how they act, like maybe this is how I'm supposed to act, this or that. And at the end of the day, like, I'm okay with who I am. Well, especially now, I'm 29. I've had time to accept myself, and it's difficult going through a life being unseen. So if you're watching this right now and you feel like you've gone through life being unseen, know that you're not alone. You're not alone. And you have so much value. And you're so brave to be here right now, knowing the past that you have had, and maybe the ongoing issues and struggles that you continue to have. I just want you to continue persevering. I want you to continue believing in yourself, in a higher spirit, whether that's God or the universe. You're not alone. And you truly do have angels and people watching over you, especially the ones that have been hurt the most. You hold so much value. And like, you don't even know what you're gonna bring to the world yet. Like, if you haven't necessarily done something, but I bet that you've put out more kindness, even through all of the pain. With how many people have hurt you, you still, if you're like me, you still see the good in people, and you still have hope for a beautiful world. I want you to remember who you are. Who you are, not by the things that have happened to you or happened in your life. I want you to remember who you are. And if you're having a hard time knowing who you are, I want you to look back to when you were a child. And see your intentions as a child. What were they? And maybe you had a really hard time with that as a kid. Maybe you didn't make very good decisions as a child. And that's not necessarily what I want you to focus on. I want you to focus on your kindness towards others. And that's not to say that, like, if you weren't the most kind then and you are kind now, truly, I don't think people that aren't kind will be watching this video. In the end, I want to give you hope about more future positive experiences. You're deserving of that. No doubt. You're deserving of that. So am I. I'm so deserving of so many positive experiences. And so are you. Don't let the actions of others cloud your vision of who you are. And also, don't let your past mistakes cloud your vision of who you are. Mistakes are something that we learn from. Even if it took you a long time and you made that mistake multiple times, you needed that time. Like, you can't beat yourself up about the timing of it all, because you're doing the best with what you know. I'd like to say that people that maybe have hurt you are doing the best what they know too, but it's hard to say that, because why is it at the expense of somebody else? Right? Especially if it's a repeat occurrence. I want to talk about accountability too. It's really important to take accountability, whether you're in the wrong or the other people are in the wrong. You may never get an apology. And if I'm being really real, most experiences, you're not going to get an apology. A lot of people have a hard time looking at themselves and seeing wrong in their doing, and that's ego. That's them not wanting to believe that they were wrong. It takes a lot of courage to be accountable and admit your wrongdoings. It does. I know this is like more of like a somber message. I understand that. At the end of the day, what I'm speaking is truth. What I'm speaking is you have the ability to almost alchemize those bad experiences into a really great, fulfilling life. And this isn't to like dog on anybody that like did anything to you or like put you in a bad situation. Those people that lack accountability, they're just not gonna have great experiences. Most likely. They're just like not gonna have good experiences, and it's because they're continuing in a cycle that is harming others. It's really hard going through life when you're so kind-hearted and you really just want others to be happy. And when you don't receive that back, that's tough, especially from the people that are closest to you. Like, that's really painful and hurtful. Even though we maybe haven't felt it before or thought it, like, we get to determine the life that we want to live, the mindset we want to have, the pursuit of life in the way that we want to have it. People have maybe told you that you're not allowed to do that. You are. I don't care what they say. You are allowed to do that. You have the power of self to make your decisions and to be who you authentically truly are. I've spent so much of my life trying to be what other people wanted me to be, or who I thought I was supposed to be, when at the end of the day, I love myself for who I am. Not all of these ways that I think, oh, I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do that, I'm supposed to dress this way, I'm supposed to walk this way, I'm supposed to talk this way. Oh, I'm not allowed to swear because I'm a woman. This and that. It's like, that's all BS. Yeah, like, maybe like to be with a certain person I'd have to like be all of those things, but it's like, I'm not supposed to be with that person then. If they're trying to change everything about me, and it's like, yeah, you can have like some good constructive criticism, but if I'm not hurting anybody, and if I'm not hurting myself, then it's like, you don't get to choose that for me. And I also have to take the accountability that I chose to change those things in some ways in order to be in a certain relationship that, guess what, didn't even work out. Surprise, surprise, I got dumped. Right? I'm so grateful for it, because like, that's not the life that I wanted, but I was literally in a depression for like 2 years after that. And this is one of the very people that hurt me. in multiple ways involving my body. And I thought that I deserved that. I didn't necessarily think that I deserved it, but my ideas about, oh no, like I'm never gonna find somebody else, like allowed me to stay in that situation. It allowed me to talk myself out of what was truth for me. And that's something I could easily beat myself up about. But I choose not to do that because I was doing the best with what I knew. This whole message is for me to say, please believe in yourself, love yourself. Even if it feels fake at first, eventually it's gonna feel authentic and true. But that's like a positive thing. Fake it till you make it, but that's a positive, good thing. And eventually it's gonna stick. Focus on what you're grateful for. And in the end, the only love you're gonna need is from you. You don't need it from somebody else. Because when you truly love who you are, and you're proud of who you are, opinions don't matter. They don't. This is a message for you to have hope and faith in life and who you are. The experiences you went through, they caused growth. That's the positive we can take from it, okay? We learned from things that happened, and maybe you even made the decision, I would never do that to somebody else. And you're never going to do that to somebody else, right? And also, this is not to beat yourself up in any way. Like, oh, I did do that, and like, I wish I didn't. It's like, okay, you took accountability, and you make the decision, I'm not gonna do that again. And maybe, if you have done something, maybe there's an apology that should be said. Or at least an apology over message, you know? Or like, just write apology letter and like maybe you don't really even send it. I don't know. So you at least like get it out. But I just wanted to put out this message and let you know that there is humanity, there is good in life, and there's opportunity for greatness, happiness, joy, everything like that. Well, I love you guys. I'm gonna leave the message there. I hope you have the most beautiful, beautiful day. I'm gonna try to get over this cold, which is gonna be hard because I'm out in the damp weather, but it's fine. I'll catch you later. I love you.